And I am Liz Chalberg. I'm the president of the Downers Grove Historical Society and privileged to be so. And we are here today to honor our 2020, isn't that appropriate? Our 2020 recipient of the Montrew Dunham Award, Dr. Floyd Mizener. The Montrew Dunham Award was created to recognize those who, like Montrew, have earned a place in our community's history through their service, volunteerism, and dedication to Downers Grove. And to get started, we just want to say how grateful we are to the Park District for participating and partnering with us on this event. And I'd like to introduce Felicia Camacho, who is the Recreational Supervisor for Historical Programming here at the museum. Felicia?
Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Downers Grove Museum. We're glad we were able to, host this outdoors this time of year. When we originally created the award, when the Historical Society came to the Park District, they originally came to kind of maybe dedicate a bench in a park, and it was actually our Park District board who thought it would be a great idea to, change the name of our Homestead Barn building and actually rename it to the Montrew Dunham History Center. And so we're glad to kind of be able to keep her spirit alive. We definitely use the books that she wrote on Downers Grove history, and we definitely appreciate anybody who kind of wants to exemplify and continue what she started, her and Pauline Weinschneider, and in preserving Downers Grove history. So just a few notes on this. So thank you for everybody having masks and trying to social distance. That's kind of why we had it outside. Luckily we have our Weinschneider Park to be able to have this event. And I just want you to know there are restrooms available inside our Montrew Dunham History Center. They're located behind the fire truck. So if anyone needs to use them, you are free to use them. It is open for that. All right, thank you. I think back to Liz for a little bit more info.
Thank you, Felicia. Okay, so we'll get started here, and I'm going to be inviting Andy Kinsella to join me up here, please. She and I are going to share the honors of going through some of Floyd's many accomplishments. We would be here until probably tomorrow afternoon if we went through all of them. So we're just going to hit the highlights, and I'll get started. And also I did want to throw a shout out to Joyce Tumia, who was unable to be here today. Joyce spent hours interviewing Dr. Mizener for this program and for sort of a mini biography that she had put together, an article, and she had a family emergency, couldn't be here today. She was really bummed. And so she sends her regards, and also her full article is in your program for lunchtime reading later. So thank you on that. Dr. Mizener has spent a lifetime focusing on ways to make a difference, whether in his chosen field of optometry or through his many volunteer efforts through organizations or just stepping up to be a leader on community-wide efforts. He's never hesitated to make the extra effort to make a difference. So we'll begin with a little bit of history. Floyd was born on July 30th in 1925, and for those of you who are doing the math, yes, he's going to be 95 in just a few more days, and we'll have to embarrass him with a happy birthday song later. So he has spent much of his life helping others to see, not only to see better, but helping Downers Grove to be better, to be a better place to be. And while his achievements go beyond his contributions to Downers Grove, we will probably focus mostly on those today, along with a bit of his history. After graduating from Downers Grove in 1944, and then serving in the Marines in World War II, Floyd returned to Downers Grove, married his sweetheart Shirley in 1948, and started a family. He also opened his optometry business in the first of several places that it would be in Downers Grove. The Lions Club organization helps the vision and hearing impaired. It was a perfect fit for Dr. Mizener's talents. So in 1951, he became involved with the Downers Grove chapter and has served as its president several times over his 69 years as a member of the Lions Club. A unique feature of the Downers Grove chapter is that it hosts a new teacher's luncheon every single year. And as a result, they started a collaboration between teachers and the Lions Club members regarding eyesight issues among students. As a result of this cooperation, students in Downers Grove had their vision screened and were helped with anyone who may have had poor eyesight were helped. And if the parents could not afford eyeglasses for their student children, they were helped financially to get those eyeglasses. The Lions Club also began accepting and recycling donated eyeglasses, and now they also accept hearing aids, used hearing aids, all with Dr. Mizener's guidance in those programs. So it definitely has made quite a bit of difference, his being involved with the Lions Club organization. And now I turn it over to Andy.
Well, can you hear me? Closer.
That's all right. This.
Is that better? Yeah. Okay. While the majority of Dr. Mizener's life has been devoted to improving eyesight, including his helping the Lions Club in its effort to do so, Dr. Mizener somehow also found time for involvement in a few other civic activities. He served on the board of different banks, chaired the committee that would oversee building the village a YMCA in 1968, and back in the early 1970s, he was named head of the Good Samaritan Hospital Development Program, which meant he and many Lions Club members and their wives helped raise money to build the hospital. Dr. Mizener also served on the Downers Grove Township Senior Citizens Advisory Committee from 1995 to 2002 and has appeared several times on the local cable TV show Vintage Times to speak on aging, vision in seniors. All this volunteer work earned him a great deal of recognition over the years from community groups, along with what he has garnered in the field of vision. For example, he received the Good Samaritan of the Year Award in 1986 from Good Sam Hospital, the Downers Grove Citizen of the Year Award in 1988, and the Senior Citizens Recognition Award from the Township of Downers Grove in 2003. In 2005, he received the Award of Excellence from Downers Grove North High School. In 2014, on his 89th birthday, Dr. Mizener received recognition in yet another area. On that day, Floyd, who belongs to American Legion Post 80 in Downers Grove, went on that day's honor flight out of Midway Airport to Washington, D.C., along with some of the other veterans of World War II, as part of their being recognized and celebrated for their wartime service. In 2015, the local Chamber of Commerce gave him a Lifetime Achievement Award, marked by a banner and a ceremony at the Tivoli Theater in Downers Grove. More recently, in November of 2018, Dr. Mizener was among those recognized at the Downers Grove Indian Boundary YMCA's 50th Anniversary Gala. Linda Dean, Director of Volunteerism at the Y, stated that Dr. Mizener was one of the YMCA's outstanding honorees for his fundraising efforts as the board chairman back in the 60s when the YMCA was built.
In 2018, the newest location for Naper Grove Vision, his practice, opened in the Good Samaritan Hospital South Health Center, which is on Highland Avenue here in Downers Grove. That center was built on a parcel of land that Dr. Mizener and Dr. Bisek owned, and donated to his hospital campus back years ago, and so it was a bit like coming home. Dr. Mizener's accomplishments in the field of vision and awards he has received for them are numerous and are listed in your program, so we will focus on just a few of the most significant. In 2003, he helped develop the Senate Bill 805 and helped to get it passed, which makes eye exams for students a requirement, doing away with students struggling to learn due to previously undiagnosed eye issues, poor eyesight. And this requirement has changed many lives since. After being appointed state chair of the Professional Advisory Committee to the Illinois Motor Division in 1982, Floyd brought about changes in the way vision screening was done for drivers, primarily in the peripheral vision field. This change was considered partially responsible for the subsequent 2/3 reduction in driver fatalities here and in other countries which adopted his screening standards. And most recently, in December 2018, the Illinois House of Representatives thanked and congratulated Dr. Mizener when they adopted Resolution 1242, listing his many achievements, and Representative Jim Durkin presented him with a certificate at that event. And now we have a welcome addition to today's proceedings. We are fortunate to have one of Floyd's longtime associates in the field of optometry, Dr. Al Bucar, who would like to say a few words about Floyd. Dr. Bucar is the past president of the American Optometric Association and the Illinois Optometric Association. Dr. Bucar?
Since our social positioning is excellent, I hope I can be excused if I take off my mask. I've known Dr. Floyd Mizener for over 60 years, and I've been closely associated with him. I first met him while we were attending an educational session at the association. And during a break, a group of us attending were invited to a room to address the needs of recent graduates. Dr. Mizener outlined a plan to locate practice and associate opportunities with independent practitioners for recent graduates and to financially assist them when necessary. We all agreed to contribute financially to assist him to launch this plan. The results of his ideas led to hundreds of young graduates finding a professional practice opportunity and retiring practitioners finding an associate, which allowed them to leave their practices without the community losing the service of their practices. The result were beneficial to the graduate, the retiring doctor, and the community. As usual, Dr. Mizener did most of the volunteer work, finding a match for successful relationships, and of course advance financial assistance when necessary. A great program from an unselfish man assisting young graduates. In Floyd, I saw the exemplification of his life ethic. Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always loyal, over the many years we worked together. He served the Marines during World War II, and was part of the greatest generation. Tom Bucar wrote of them, "We must never forget it was both men and women who came of age during the Great Depression and the Second World War and went on to build America. Men and women whose everyday lives of duty, honor, achievement, and courage gave us the world we have today." My thought for today is our world is apparently deeply divided according to some. But I saw how this country mobilized during December 7, 1941 as a child. We always unite in crisis. Hopefully, we will return to a united nation. I believe that we owe that to the greatest generation, ourselves, our children, and our grandchildren. Dr. Mizener was always a uniter and always looking for innovative ideas that would better meet the eye care needs of the public. We worked together as members of the board of the Illinois Optometric Association and as presidents of the association. We served together on the Illinois Society for the Prevention of Blindness, the Illinois Public Health Joint Committee consisting of optometry, ophthalmology, and state public officials to improve the vision screening programs for school children. Later on, we served on committees formed to improve interprofessional relations with ophthalmology and other professions. Another attribute of Floyd was he just didn't have no in his vocabulary. When I served as president of the American Optometric Association, I asked him to serve on the Assistant to Graduates and Undergraduates Committee of the American Optometric Association because of his great program here in Illinois. I appointed him to other committees as well. In spite of his busy schedule, the answer was always yes. Another notable contribution to blindness prevention was his role in fostering the development of the SOS, Save Our Sight program. He worked closely in its development and in its deployment. We brought the program to the Antioch Lions Club over 3 years. We did over 2,500 screenings in the last year. Over the years, the need for comprehensive eye examinations became evident. Screenings can miss serious eye and vision conditions. The work of the SOS gradually changed its role to encouraging comprehensive eye examinations. In Illinois, optometry was the first profession to mandate continuing education for license renewal to practice because of the explosion of new knowledge in treatment of eye and vision and general health anomalies. The formation of the Ophthalmic Education Institute was organized by Dr. Mizener to offer continuing education courses for license renewal. He asked me to administer the program, which I did for 15 years. The impact of his influence in helping enact Senate Bill 805 cannot be overlooked. He worked with Janet Hughes, a school teacher and parent, and a group of supporters in her community to pass the Senate legislation which made eye examinations a requirement for students. In 1982, then Secretary of State Jim Edgar, later governor, appointed Dr. Mizener chairman of the Professional Advisory Committee to the Motor Vehicle Division of his office. His advice led to Illinois adding peripheral vision screening to the driver's vision test. He also suggested changes to Illinois rules for the road, both significant potential life-saving guidelines. I know from personal knowledge Dr. Mizener's many contributions to our profession, but Joyce Tumia sums it up, both his professional contributions as well as his contributions to the village of Downers Grove, the county and the state, in a comprehensive paper, Dr. Floyd Mizener, A Lifetime of Achievement. And she awarded you a new name, Dr. Floyd the Fantastic. I think we almost agree it fits him. Floyd had so many honors and awards conferred on him that I could go on and on. But today, you, the citizens of Downers Grove, are giving Dr. Mizener the ultimate award. Recognition from his hometown peers and friends. I congratulate and applaud you and thank you on behalf of my dear friend for awarding him the Montrew Dunham Award for his lifetime efforts on behalf of the village of Downers Grove, an honor he richly deserves. Someone once said, the service we render others is really the rent we pay for a room on this earth. Dr. Floyd Mizener has paid his rent and will continue to pay his rent. He leaves the village of Downers Grove and his children, Mark, Curtis, Allison, 5 grandchildren, and 5 great-grandchildren, a great legacy. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Man, there were a lot more things in there that had not even been written in Joyce's article. I'm so glad to have heard those. And now I would like to introduce the chair of the Montrew Dunham Award Committee, Bruce Swanson, and he is going to do the honors.
Good morning. Can you hear me? If not, I'll have to use my teacher voice.
Bruce, I'm going to tip that right up real quick.
Oh, okay. Maybe I could either way.
Sorry, everybody. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
It's been my pleasure to be chairman of this awards committee, and we have two big awards with the Downers Grove Historical Society. One is Historian of the Year, which is honored by somebody who really knows a lot about Downers Grove history, and we reward it every year. Then we came up with somebody who really has done a lot of service to Downers Grove. They may or may not be a historian, but they've done so much service that we needed a special award. And we came up with the Montrew Dunham Award. Last year, we had Gordon Goodman that won, and we wanted Gordon to come today. And we talked to him, and he's in Boulder, Colorado, so he's not going to join us. The next thing is we need your help. We need input. Our committee needs input. Or if you know somebody in Downers Grove who's a historian, let us know. Or if you know somebody that's given an awful lot of service, it's hard to measure up to Floyd, but if you know somebody, let the committee know. Now, I want you to notice something. If you give a suggestion one year and the person doesn't win or doesn't get the award, notice all these empty spots. So every year we will choose a superstar to win this award. This award will be in the Montrew Dunham Center, so everybody can see it year after year. Now what you've all come for is to give Floyd the 220 Montrew Dunham Award. And Floyd, will you come up and take it? And congratulations. It is a real pleasure to award you the Montrew Dunham Award for 220. 2020, yes. 220, yes. 2020 is right. Right? Right. Right.
Take your mask off.
Take your mask off. We'll both take our mask off.
Yeah. There you go.
All right.
Good. Thank you. Hold it right there. Official. We got it.
A few more.
Go ahead. Good.
You got it? Okay, I will turn the program over to Liz, and it's been a pleasure.
Would you like to say a few words?
Oh boy, here we go.
You?
The word was few.
I'll go for breakfast. I'll be back.
Right up close.
Okay. I'll speak a little louder.
Hold on just a second here. There you go.
I'm humbled to see so many friends and relations with people from this community. I never thought as a little boy coming out to this area would give me almost a century of living and working and involvement in this community. And I really dreamed that was a dream that came true, but never had the dream in the first place. But it's certainly interesting to see how many people lives affected by just being around and doing what you think is the right thing for people. So we've had many a challenge, we've had many a victory, and we're very happy that we were able to, people like Dr. Dievik over there, a lifetime national president of our Eye Doctors Association of Optometry, Dr. Collop from the college, the president of our university out here. So many nice people came across my life, and I really appreciate it. And I raised a family here, and I'm very happy about it. So I'm approaching another birthday, and so it's a present surprise. I didn't know this was coming, but I'm happy that you came, and I wish you luck. Anything I can do that I might know that you would like to know, I'll be glad to help. Thanks. Hello, thing from Marine.
The Navy comes to your rescue.
The Navy is taking care of the Marines. They took me around the world in their ship.
They took you everywhere you had to go.
Thank you, Dr. Mizener.
Damn legs, they're supposed to be holding up.
All right, I think this is the appropriate time that we have to embarrass you with a happy birthday song. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dr. Mizener. Happy birthday to you.
Once again, thank you for being here to help us celebrate. We hope you will take a little bit of extra time, do a little extra visiting, take one extra cookie on your way out, and enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Thanks again. Take care.